It's time. Oh my God. Another racked for time kind of thing. Who wants some inside baseball? Crack the bats. I
think we've called this inside baseball before, so yeah.
Yes.
Good.
I did the worst. Well, I think it's me. I did it.
Okay.
'Cause I don't remember how it happened. I did the most Bush League worst thing a podcast could ever do.
Oh yeah. Well, we
this
kind
morning.
of. I did it too. I'm also guilty.
I think I was at that state. I was at the station, guys. If you want to know how we do the show, there's somebody who sits here using the little mixing board.
There we go. Make sure that was in there.
Somebody's on that mixing board.
Somebody's on it, and then someone mans the knobs in the file that is actually recorded.
Yeah.
We recorded a show, and I believe I had to get up and go pee.
Yeah, you so needed to pee by the end of it. You're like, oh, I gotta pee. You guys finish anyway. Okay, I'm like, oh, and we're closing out with this song. Bye.
Oh, that's right. I heard it. I was running away because you said Vanessa Williams.
I don't want to spoil it too much.
Her voice makes me want to pee even more.
And so I get up this morning to handle the brand new episode of Laser Time Animated Endings That Mattered. Real proud of that one. I like the way that one came together.
Yeah.
And I noticed the file is still going. It is. I've never seen a 15-hour audio track that is still going. I'm like, well, stop. But it still has an important piece of audio in there, so I can't cancel it.
Right.
I have to hit stop. And like generally, we record like half an hour. Machine takes about 5 or so minutes to process. So now multiply that by 30 times. The machine was inoperable this whole morning, trying to temporarily save a 15-hour file of nothing.
Ouch.
Of nothing. God damn it. I never made a mistake fucking Bush League.
I did it too. I should have. I don't blame Diana and Michael for just walking away. I should have been.
You have like years worth of secret sounds to just like find that just.
Well, now this place was so empty. It would have just been Chris.
Yeah, I honestly wish there was like a murder or something like that. Yeah. I just happened to leave my podcast equipment on.
I just watched the Seinfeld episode where George puts a tape recorder in a suitcase.
I was obsessed with that idea because I totally. It is still a fear of mine, but just what people say behind my back.
Why would you want to know?
I'm because morbid curiosity and self-loathing, I guess.
Focus on what
you don't want to know what we say when you leave the room.
Focus on what's in front of you and what you can handle, not what you can't.
Oh my God, that's inspirational.
Like
I'm just saying, like, I have a bunch of shit that bothers me, and it's like, I no longer dig into it. I do neglect Twitter, and I don't know how to fix that. But I was talking to some old friends I haven't talked to in 10 years, trying to tell these fucking Tallahassee hicks who aren't on Facebook what a podcast is and how do you get it. No idea. And it's just sort of like, yeah, I basically am on mic for like about 20 hours a week, and like I don't have a lot left. I'm either like,
you have no life.
I'm in the mix, like literally in the mix. I'm mixing the audio or mixing the video or processing that, and I've kind of said all I have to. And I miss Twitter. I miss Twitter. I just looked at it briefly this weekend. It was all PAX, and for a different reason. I was so depressed that like, oh my God, look at everybody. God damn it.
Yeah, but like, while they were seeing new video games, Chris, you and I, we played like an hour of Toshinden.
That's true. We did. We have it at Toshinden. Oh my God.
But I was still having, the same FOMO I was feeling at E3. Well, actually worse, because I do want to say, hey, all patrons out there, I'm sorry we weren't at PAX. I would have liked to.
We should have gone.
If I could have teleported there and not stayed a night there, I think we could have at least $200 a piece if we had bought it ahead of time. No, I'm just saying, fly there, don't stay there.
Yeah, but getting PAX tickets, but not media, are like.
We would just be adjacent to PAX. We wouldn't need to be on the show floor. PAX.
But I would want to.
Also, getting media is a fucking here's another inside baseball secret for you guys. Getting media passes to pretty much any event like that is pretty easy.
It's not hard. Yeah.
That's
very
the
easy
secret.
To do.
Like, you just need to act like you. Oh yeah, I'm a professional blog. Cool. Like, for us, it's even easier, I would think, because we say, "Hey, you remember me when I worked at that real place?
Yeah,
this place is real too. Give me a pass." Okay, cool.
And I having worked for several different outlets and vendors, have kind of an open. Like, if you need a pass, I know certain vendors there. Fuck it, it's Capcom. Like, I can just be like, hey, Francis, gotta get a pass. Like, there's like 10 extra, and I'll get one. I don't care about a pass.
I wonder
if
I could get that from certain people.
Again, I think that's the smallest expense. The biggest expense is food, flights, and accommodations.
Accommodations is the toughest.
And that was like by the time we had to consider that, it's like, man, I can't fucking afford that. I gotta I got to give the coin guy $700 additional this week to get those the rest of those coins out.
Damn. Well, everybody's been enjoying their coins. Hey, I want to say thanks to everybody with your coins.
Thank you for real. Thanks for your patience.
I've been retweeting all the cool pics of people with their coins with their stuff.
Favoriting.
Yeah,
I haven't because I don't. I'm just overwhelmed. I'm currently a little overwhelmed by everything. Like I'm so overwhelmed. I think for the first time in history, I forgot to plug Laser Time into Facebook and Twitter last week.
Whoa. Yeah, I guess you did.
Yeah, I've just been too busy fucking around. Dave and I made a stupid video project. Just if you listen to that episode of EG Empire, it sounded really funny to me. The Ring Out Spectacular, in Toshinden, if you win your battle, you'll go into a win pose animation.
Yeah,
and it's modeled in such a way if your foot during that uncontrollable win animation slides off the ring, you will fall out and the guy will scream.
Well, it's
during
a
his
win
victory
pose that it's a mistake they wouldn't make in future games in most fighting games, but. It was something. Actually, I do remember Virtua Fighter had a similar thing where your character's doing a win pose in the physical space where they won. They don't. The character model doesn't move to the center of the ring and just do a dance around.
Yeah.
So
Dave and I choreographed a fight with every character to see if we could get them to fall off, and we did.
I can't believe we got because when
Except
I was a
for Sophie, I don't remember why we didn't do that one.
Hers happened while we were doing another person.
Yeah, I think it did. I couldn't find it, but it's not in there. But the guy is the last boss. Because I was like, I want to make it like this video, but better, like in super hyper HD. And I'm like, even at best, that video has 20,000 views anyway. So I'm not expecting it to break the bank. But it's
it's a good thing for the upcoming anniversary of the PlayStation.
Yes, because we want to do stuff with that, and you guys are finally getting a little more curious with video.
Yeah.
Could have saved your jobs earlier, fellas. Come on.
Oh man, this is a real bummer town about the shooting at the WWE Performance Center.
Yeah. There's been another shooting?
Well, this was apparently a man allegedly obsessed with a female WWE performer had been given a court order prohibiting them from WWE property, and that person tried to get back on the property, charged at a deputy with a knife, was shot once. So
this is what happens when you make women a big part of your show. Guys get obsessed with them. And try to commit murder.
I cannot joke about this.
WWE's getting nobody got killed. Nobody got killed.
I don't even know what that was a joke was alluding to.
It's a joke about the Divas Revolution. I think.
Oh.
Well, if you want to laugh more, Hulk Hogan also had his. We joked about it on the recording yesterday, but Hulk Hogan is on his apology tour. It has begun today.
It is, and
with Good Morning America.
I mean that's I can't believe I even got with arguments over people about it, because I'm not defending his actions. It's just that I grew up with a lot of people I very much care about who use those words constantly, who I don't consider bad people. I left Florida to get away from the casual usage of N words and F words, and I really did. And it made me very uncomfortable. I'm trying now. People have complained when I use them on mic. It's really hard for me to say those words, but I love naughty words.
Yeah,
but that's essentially what his apology was. Is
that gif of him wiping the tears from his eyes looks so fake, though.
It's not so much the tears. It's just I thought it was an honest response. I grew up in an environment same area that I did.
Here's the
exact. There's quotes from his fuck tape, as you called it, where he said we all kind of hate black people, and it's like. Well, no, you can't not that's not a colloquialism you use.
It's not.
You're right. Let me give you the all these quotes. So his original quote was, in case you didn't know, "I am a racist to a point, fucking N-words, but then when it comes to nice people and shit and whatever." So, that's his quote.
So I'm guessing he was completely sober and not in a vulnerable position.
He was certainly not in the worst point of his life.
Yeah,
certainly not. Not in an unguarded moment after having sex.
I don't particularly care for Hulk Hogan. I don't care if he's a celebrity again. I just kind of like the idea that someone could that doesn't seem like an irredeemable thing to do.
Well, it's also that I can't believe a word out of Hulk Hogan's mouth on anything because he lies about it.
I feel you there too.
If you've heard him tell the 8,000 variations on body slamming Andre the Giant, it's all lies. Broke every bone in my back, and he said I wouldn't get to do it, and then he did, and then all 5 million people in the Houston Superdome did everything. I
don't care if he's forgiven, but this has to be one of the worst moments of his entire life.
Oh yeah. Well, all he cares about is his legacy and what people think of him. And if this destroys his legacy,
what else should he care about?
Well, I guess.
What do you care
he's
about?
in love with his daughter.
What do you care about?
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
I don't understand why that's that's not an egregious thing to give a fuck about.
Well, yeah, so,
I don't. He's probably got a shitload of Tampa aged, refined casual racism.
Yeah.
And that's going to be. Then you're right. That is hard to
that's Floridian.
He didn't become enlightened overnight, but
you made that sound like a nice wine.
So his thing is too, the environment I grew up in South Tampa, and all my white friends, all my black friends, to hear the word on a daily basis when they'd greet me in the morning. That's what they'd say to me. Good morning, so and so.
I heard the word on a daily basis growing up in Florida from whites and blacks.
Well, do you agree with this thought of his though? So this can become the greatest day in my life if people understand that there can't be double standards and you just can't use the word. Let's take it out of the dictionary. Let's not use it in rap songs or movie. I mean, if it's unacceptable, it's unacceptable.
Oh god, there we go.
I really hate when white people
argument.
throw out the double standard thing. Like, oh well, if Obama can say it, I can. Really?
Well, I don't like. I don't know.
I do think if Hulk Hogan...
What I hate is the few times I've said it on a podcast, and I won't do that anymore. Just I face so much criticism for it. I've never levied it as a racist term. Usually, I'm quoting
that's
somebody.
what Hulk was doing.
Hulk
was saying
for sure.
My daughter's dating an
But
N-word.
I'm not saying I agree with his position, but I understand that idea that it shouldn't be a law that white people can never say the word, can never sing along to their favorite songs.
I would say I get that. Mentally, I can understand, or not mentally.
But that's the thing.
Intellectually, from an intellectual argument, the same way that Obama in the WTF interview was quoting people saying the N-word. If you want to say the word instead of the N-word,
say it.
You're not Samuel L. Jackson. You can't demand that of me. If Samuel L. Jackson told me on camera to say the N-word, I would say it.
What I was saying is that actually nobody's arguing to retire the word completely. It's just when the word is attached to something grotesque and something with racial malice, nobody wants the word to be added there. I don't give a fuck if anybody says it in a song. I don't give a fuck if a white dude quotes in a song. If you yell it out your car window at a black dude, you should get the shit kicked out of you.
I think this is kind of a byproduct, and this is getting maybe a bit too wrestly at this point, but Hulk Hogan never lost during his career, and even in this, he can't say out and out, I'm a loser. I did a terrible thing. I was a bad person at one point. I'm going to try to fix that. Well, it's all these fucking caveats on top of each other.
And the PR people behind him are also just saying, you got to say this, you got to do this,
I don't know what they're saying, because, I figured he'd get in front of this way earlier. Way earlier. Let it die down a bit.
He was busy retweeting people.
No, he wanted a month of silence and then to talk, I guess. And maybe he also thought, WWE would want me in the news cycle any more than as possible during SummerSlams. Maybe he waited for SummerFest to be over.
I think it's completely possible he worked out some shit with their PR.
I
think it's in WWE's best interest to fix Hulk Hogan's image.
I don't know how he can ever come back and get cheered.
I could 100%. No way. I do believe it. Same
Maybe
with
in the South.
We talked about Kramer recently. Same deal. You go on the apology tour. You give people 5 years, 2 years. And it's just enough distance. As long as you just say, I was absolutely wrong for saying that, then people's mind, it gets looser in their minds. And at least the generally white audience can let that go.
Has he done any public appearances? He's done shows?
This is first.
I'm talking about Michael Richards. He's just done Curb Your Enthusiasm, but he's only done tape stuff. He hasn't done B movie.
I don't know.
A little bit. So he did that letter.
Who would want to see his stand-up?
He never did. The most important thing to come out of that is that Michael Richards never did stand up again.
Yeah,
nor should
we all won.
Yeah, I do. Okay, so I did agree with this one last thing Hulk Hogan said though, is that if everybody at their lowest point was judged on one thing they said, or let's just say in high school, you may have said one thing and all of a sudden your whole career was wiped out today because of something you said 10 or 20 years ago, it'd be a sad world. People get better every day. People get better.
Intellectually, I agree with how much I liked that he said that.
Yeah.
Everything is getting better.
But again, it's pushing the blame away. No, I don't. You said it, and that was the way you felt. And, admit that and not like make 8 excuses on top of each other. That's what I feel like he should be doing.
You don't feel like he came clean.
He's...
Like, no, that's actually how you felt. I
think he's
while
skipping...
demanding apology. I want to know why you felt that way. What exactly you thought?
I think he's skipping some steps.
Yeah.
I think he's skipping some steps on that, and to say at the end, like, well, and here's why you should eventually forgive me, guys. Like, don't suggest that to us. Though I heard this from other people too. Like, in general, it's unfair in our society that with famous people, you are defined by the lowest point in your life that people know about, and that's what everybody will identify you with sometime. And that's sad that in general that is how it is.
I do see a little bit of a shift. I think people like defining celebrities and idols by their worst moments. I feel like you can grow up and watch a documentary on Elvis, and they'll tackle a really shitty period, and also like his rise to fame, his comeback. But yeah, there's some shitty. That Andre the Giant book is fantastic because it bounces back and forth between lows and highs. Because he's a flawed man, like us all.
He says the N-word. There's a story in the book about him saying the N-word, Andre. By the way, I'm wearing a Box Brown t-shirt. We need to get in an affiliate deal with Pro Wrestling Tees, because I really like their stuff.
Yeah, I don't like, more inside baseball, I don't like our current store. And when myself and Graboids built it, it was to be convenient, a way we could lower prices, but the prices have always been a little too high. And then recently I went there to upgrade the t-shirt store. They changed the interface. The whole reason we signed up for that place, we can't even do it anymore. And I don't like the prices. And I think the Pro Wrestling Tee affiliate offers better prices. Yeah. The idea was back in the Talk Radar days, we'd get like these designs and like that should be on a shirt. And the second Future saw something with the price tag attached to it, like, no way, I don't care if it's $20 or $500. We'll never pay for anything.
Nope.
And like it wasn't.
It was so
like,
shocking to me to see when people had Games Radar shirts. I was like, how did you even buy that?
Yeah.
How did you know that exists and could buy it?
Wow.
Yeah, because we could never find that site.
Nope.
We couldn't. Like, I don't even have one of those shirts.
No,
I don't know what happened to my.
I have one
shirts.
somewhere. But yeah, we should get on the. Well, they have a whole section on Pro Wrestling Tees for podcasts.
Yeah.
We should get on.
It is not.
Wonder if we can, just backdoor all the laser.
Totally.
But to get even more so, it is not a money making endeavor.
T-shirts now.
No, it's just like if there's a demand for them and there is, it's low. It won't ever make any money. It's the idea that like we can't lose money on T-shirts. That's the only thing I care about.
Yeah. Well, T-shirts are a bulk thing too. It's about selling.
Well, that's why we signed up
for
the site we did, because it wasn't a bulk thing. It was manufactured on demand. So when somebody ordered a shirt in a color, that was then sent off to a printer, and it's why it was more expensive. But if we could conceivably build more shirts, and more than anything, it was like I love. Like now, a lot of the people who submitted art for TDAR and stuff are actual designers and artists.
They grew up to be real,
and it was more like this deserves a showcase, like better than like posted in a forum. I want to wear this. I want to wear this. And I do love the idea that like seeing someone wear a shirt of our show is like so.
It is nice.
It doesn't happen very often because we live here, and I'm wearing it now today, so I can see.
You're a great self promoter.
Every time in the mirror.
I've just also super in love with baseball shirts now, or Raglan shirts, RAGLAN. I like it.
I don't know. How I feel.
Don't like how the look. You don't like the look on me? Is this
no? I don't like the 3/4 sleeve look.
I love it.
Not on you, on me.
No, personally, I love it because
Seinfeld never did a bit like it's like a short sleeve shirt, but also a long sleeve shirt.
But I don't want to be a ball player.
But I like that 70s look. Like it's something. It's the kind of style you'd see in Wet Hot American Summer. I actually really like that. And also, I don't like long sleeve shirts because I hate feeling stuff on my wrists.
No, all my long sleeve shirts I push up to 3/4 length.
And so this you don't even push it up. It's just hanging out there.
I got enough hair to keep me warm in the winter.
And I also like it's white and black, or it's like it's a dual color design. This is the fashion hour. We should talk. Let's talk about some comments, huh?
Sure.
I've got some here. Let me start off with C Comedy. So first off, there was some.
I wanted to apologize to patrons for any difficulties. A little more inside baseball for you. For any difficulties you had with the stream. We're recording this right before we do the Star Wars Episode 2 stream, our second Star Wars movie of 6 that we'll be doing in 2015, leading up to. Episode 7, December 15th. Oh, I actually remembered all those dates.
Wow.
What the fuck? Sorry, I just loaded up Laser Times. We are in the middle of a redesign, by the way. There was one comment. I don't want to call the person out because I'm not mad at you, but he was just like, I didn't know they were going to use the Patreon money for this or that, or why aren't they improving this to live? And like, well, it's written in this. I'm guessing, A, you didn't donate. and B, you didn't read the page that said that's what that was for. So
if they didn't donate, they're not hearing this, so we can insult them all we want.
Well, I don't want.
I'm joking.
I don't, because he's a good dude, and he was
just
the forums have been a bit of a mess. I tend to, again, since I don't check Twitter a lot, I'm really I have headphones on all day long, focused on either being on a podcast or fixing one, or publishing one, and I don't see immediately when someone's like they're spamming the forums, and usually when I see that, I go and I manually remove everything. Probably we need some mods. We do have a redesign on the way. Also,
loving that banner at the very top.
Yeah, sorry, that's what threw me for a loop. I don't know if that's part of the redesign as a joke.
I don't think it is.
Russian senior dating for men?
Because I saw on Twitter...
I've gotten a few Arab dating ones.
Moan for Stallone and Aziz, former bonus time guest, both had a Twitter conversation that I kind of... just saw them having about dating Arab women, but banner ad.
So. They showed me that too. What's up with this on Laser Time? Like, buddy, we don't put those ads up there. Those are targeted to your interests.
I saw that once on this guy complaining on a wrestling website of like, hey, what's with this super gay wrestling ad I'm getting in my on the side here? Why are you guys doing this? And they said, that's a Google ad, man. I don't know. They may know something about you that we don't.
So I wanted to put this out on bonus time where I had a little time to talk about it, because something weird has happened. I guess we start. How long have we been doing 3 streams a week?
3 months, I'd say.
No.
3 a week? Oh, just August.
It's just August, right?
Yeah.
So something about streaming high definition for an hour, 90 minutes, and then re-uploading that to YouTube. Oh, and then including the Monday Night Movie, our bandwidth has been horribly throttled. Tyler can't. I noticed I can't play Rocket League with under 160 ping anymore. Tyler was saying he couldn't play. He couldn't play any games online. Our internet has been slowed to a crawl, and people were complaining last week about the Power Rangers stream, and the archive looked okay, but I do think Comcast throttling our bandwidth again. It's Tyler's account, not mine. But I've been trying to look at it, but I also can't Tyler, take time out of your day to fix the account. We are going to look into it. I think if you have any information, that's what I kind of wanted to put out there of what is happening and how we can combat that. Because something happened. Comcast is fucking with our shit. Because all of a sudden everything took.
Comcast just fucks with your shit. Yeah. That's their thing. Yeah, that's why here I've switched to the Xfinity Wi-Fi hotspot.
I don't mind, but if you fucking tell me, you're fucking with my shit, or you say you're using too much bandwidth, I could understand that.
Yeah. Give us $20 or something.
Yeah, we'll upgrade our shit, but they didn't say anything like that. They just started throttling our internet, and it's fucking with our streams.
Yeah,
and so I'm as upset about that as you are. Probably more so, but it's just one of those things I haven't had time to deal with in between 15 hours of Laser Time recording, taking up the entire computer, putting up Laser Time, a fine episode this week, animated endings that mattered.
No, we recorded a nice little trio. But okay, I want to read off some comments here. First off, these are some fresh ass comments because I just posted the news that Deadpool is getting a new gen port,
crazy.
Which is totally a great idea. Deadpool was on sale for about 6 months before it got taken off the shelf. You can still find used copies of it.
There's plenty of copies in stores.
But it got put back on Steam about a month ago, which people were very confused by, and this is what happened. So GameStop, of all people, announced that on November 17th, there's going to be Deadpool for PS1 and Xbone.
God damn it.
And what a bad day to put it out, though.
It's a weird day, especially for Activision, because it's a week after Call of Duty, right? Or is that the week of Call of Duty?
What I think from my short time working with a retailer, most games go out, try and get up before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
However, a brand new game on a new release shelf with a lower price tag, can do wonders.
Deadpool is hot right now.
Yeah, Deadpool's
so they're gonna see a new Call of Duty game, new Assassin's Creed game, and for I would guess at least $20 cheaper, a high-profile Deadpool game.
That's quite a guess, but you are wrong. It is $50. It's
$50.
Game. It comes with all the DLC, which I don't remember being substantial.
I don't remember the DLC at all. I remember being excited, I found a copy on the shelf. Where to buy this and stream it? And now I basically wasted $20.
Does it at least have a fourth wall breaking edition name, the cash-in edition?
I don't think it does.
It should. Something that Deadpool would call.
So, C Comedy echoes your feelings, Chris, that they say, wow, I literally just bought and beat this game on my PS3. And saying that I would recommend this game to anyone who enjoys humor and not too demanding DMC-like games is true. So the person... Yeah, I agree. That's the same deal I'd say. It's funny and not a great game, but an okay game that's really funny. And meanwhile, Batman Boy said, I never played Deadpool when it originally came out, but I think I will rectify that now, especially if it's going to be cheaper than the usual current-gen games. I guess most current-gen upgrade re-releases are in the $50 range, unless it's like 3 games in one. Like, I think they are charging the full $60 for Uncharted, right? Aren't they? The Uncharted trilogy?
Yeah.
Which, that seems fair.
I don't know. I'm just not nostalgic for Uncharted just yet.
I don't ever want to play it. I don't want to say that. I'll probably play 2 again someday.
Like, I did see that they revealed the release date for the 4th one today. Hey!
Oh, they did?
Chrissy's birthday.
Wow.
You're thinking of getting them something on Uncharted 4.
What day is that?
None of your business.
Oh, I
it's
forget
Uncharted.
it is your birthday.
Yeah, exactly. I want you to forget so I can make you feel guilty.
It's March something. Well, I always like to remember because then I like to tease you for being
not my exact
36 or whatever. But
Ooh.
into your late 30s, my friend.
Oh boy, into the brink.
Well, also on this week's C Comedy also commented on this week's Cape Crisis, where we talked about Aunt May being played by Marissa Tomei, which is still not official, but C Comedy says, I actually like the idea of Marissa Tomei as Aunt May. I don't think Marvel just cast her because she's 50 and might as well be 70. I give them more credit than that. I think they went to make a sharp departure from the past Spider-Man films and get a more elf Aunt May, Aunt I'd like to have fun with, and not some geriatric to look concerned for 90% of their screen time. Plus, I'd love to use her accent for My Cousin Vinny. Just picturing her saying, Pete, this web shoot is his dad and the ball's inaccurate. It makes me all warm inside. But actually, I'm biased because I saw My Cousin Vinny at the age that really shaped what I look for in a woman.
Yeah.
Is that how you feel
ticking? Yeah. Actually, there was something there was a joke I wanted to make on Cape Crisis that I didn't, but I want Aunt May to actually have a younger husband, Uncle Ben, and then he gets killed in just like in the bedroom.
What? Did you make an in the bedroom reference?
Yeah.
Nobody will get that. Yeah.
I like
Nick
that movie
Stahl
quite a
as
bit.
spoiler.
As a dead body?
Yeah. I did not know about that when I watched it, and I remember that movie's great.
No, me neither.
So sorry.
That was a movie my parents rented, and I sat down not expecting anything. It was like riveted.
Yeah, it's one of those movies where it's just like hard pivot. Like 30 minutes into the movie, completely different movie.
Well, when you watched it, did you identify those parents with your parents, and you were thinking how your parents would act when you got murdered?
No, nothing like that. It's just like it is an unflinching look at an extremely terrible situation.
I love the line so much of like, you think because I let him get away with everything? Smash.
Never saw that argument occur with my parents. I like if you're going to see that, see it sight unseen, and I want to recommend. I know it's been pimped on comedy podcasts and NPR. But my girlfriend wanted to watch it. I watched it last week. Call Me Lucky. I've always said Bobcat Goldthwait might be my favorite director. He doesn't have a bad movie as far as I'm concerned. And much like World's Greatest Dad, just go in watching that without reading anything about it. If you trust me, it's on Amazon for it's like a $6 rental. It is one of the best documentaries I've ever seen about an unsung comedian. Extremely radical. I say that as in I was like, whoa, slow down. I'm a lefty too. Calm down. But there's a hard pivot in there that you probably won't see coming unless you. But if you're looking for a good documentary, Call Me Lucky.
Oh, and also Watership Down Syndrome agreed with me that Spy is a hilarious film and that Jason Statham is a real scene stealer. I'm telling you, Spy is great. It had some of the worst ads I've ever seen for a movie compared to its actual quality.
I think the poster, the marketing, it all looked bad.
And it's especially bad if you're sick of Melissa McCarthy, which I get that. I get if you are.
Yeah, but I don't. Again, I'm not. I just have that one strike against her. The movie she wrote and directed. It's fucking terrible.
But again, if you're thinking, she's only good when Paul Feig does her. Paul Feig wrote and directed this. So though I say Paul Feig wrote. And it's because you watch that film and you're like, that's another improvised line. That's another improvised line.
I don't give Jason Statham any credit for being good with improv.
Well,
yes,
no,
and
I'm more so me and Melissa McCarthy.
You can smell that salad I just ate.
Also, I'll tell you, man, in it are two of my favorite podcasters, Ron and Beverly, Jessica Chafin and Jamie Denbo, two very underrated.
That's a lot of names women. I don't recognize.
Well, and they're going to be so popular. Their careers are so far ahead of them because they're in their mid-30s and they're actress writers. And I mean, the sky's the limit for a woman in her mid-30s in Hollywood who hasn't struck it big yet.
Well, the one on Difficult People is really good.
Yeah, Julie Klausner. Yeah, she is great. But that's kind of her character. Is that my character is that I wouldn't be cast on a TV show.
And I want to plug a little bit to the Laser Time Facebook group.
Oh, I actually got some comments from there.
Did you?
Yeah.
Like a couple.
I should
like
be doing that more.
Latran just posted showing off my badass Conquest of the Planet of the Apes gorilla figure, and I'm like, dude, I'd never get jealous of action figures. It's a fucking jumpsuited ape holding a shotgun. That movie is awesome.
Like the old school G.I. Joe character, like the G.I. Joes that were basically just
G.I.
Ken
Joes.
dolls.
Not our G.I. Joes.
And this is all happening in the Facebook group, and I love that I don't have, especially that I don't have to do anything. Yeah. But also I want to thank Daniel Tree. He got us he got us a bunch of the GoPro equipment first of all, and then just decided to post in the Facebook group. Post the most 90s thing you can find right here. And I posted a picture that was all right. I did a little setup on it. I was like, what's the most 90s thing you can find right now? And I answered, my room. And I grouped together. They were already sitting on my entertainment center in front of giant plushes of Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers, Troy McClure, Kid Vid from the Burger King Kids Club, Charlene from Dinosaurs, Slappy Squirrel from Animaniacs, Tails, Fat Cat from Rescue Rangers, Darkwing Duck's Plane, and Droopy Dog, but not just any Droopy Dog. The
Tom and Jerry Kids.
The
Droopy
Tom
Dog?
and Jerry Kids bedressed dad version of Droopy Dog that I have for some fucking reason.
That's just one of the worst.
I'm holding on to this for Throwback Thursday. I haven't seen this. It's almost 10 years old.
That's a great one. Wow, time, man.
Time, baby.
I was
going to read off a couple good comments from the Facebook group.
Please.
Robert Beach actually wrote about most previous bonus time, saying, just listened to Bonus Time 10 and enjoyed the shout out to Columbus, Ohio. I guess, our guest was from Columbus.
Was
right?
he? Columbo!
We got plenty of furries and weeaboos here. And Shane Pelzer actually brought up a pretty good Laser Time episode idea.
What?
Did they ever do a podcast episode on infomercials? I feel like that could be ripe for the picking.
I did see that, yeah.
I watched so many infomercials as a kid because it was like, what else are you going to... If you accidentally wake up at 4 a.m.
and you don't have YouTube to stare at, you
have to watch whatever's on TV.
You watch Ron Popeil cutting things up.
One of my favorites that I never heard anybody but me bring up because it might be that obscure. Because I will watch at any point. Every time I go back home for the holidays, my parents' cable, boom, on some channel, America's Funniest Home Videos, and I'm hooked for an hour.
Right.
It is like your Facebook feed the show at this point. and I get hooked on that. And so like an infomercial, and it's like, the best of America's Funniest Home Videos. Get 4 VHSs for $9.99. Wow. One low payment of $800. Like super expensive. And then like, let's tell them more, Steve. And then like, walking downstairs slowly onto a fake set. Hi, everybody. I'm Steve Carell. And I'm here to talk very flatly and very very stagey about what you'll get from the America's Funniest Home Videos collection.
This is like a modern Steve Carell, or is it like this is
pre, like maybe like,
so this is like
current
15-year-old video or something?
No, it's like a 20-year-old video.
Wow.
But
okay, that makes sense. Like that's like around the time he was doing Outlaw Golf.
It was, I think it was like right around his Daily Show debut.
Yeah,
that is very funny.
You know, man, just to give you a preview of what I talk about on an infomercial podcast, the one I remember, which was so strange, and I think it actually predates the George Foreman Grill, Dick Butkus. Who I didn't know.
Fucking name.
I didn't know who Dick Butkus was as a 10-year-old who didn't watch football.
His name is Dick Butkus.
So he was in an infomercial that was food related. It was a grill actually, but it was one of the strangest things ever where he was selling it to tailgaters. It was a do your own grill with and you just burn newspaper and it just makes it taste great. It's great. And he was like, what? I realized later you're that's a homeless person grill. It's put these.
No, I'll tell you how to make a good homeless. It's 2 steps. Build a fire. Well, okay. Second step, get your meat, and then third step, flip a shopping cart over it. Instant grill.
Should you poo in the fire?
Instant grill.
Well, meanwhile, this one. Well, no. So this Dick Butkus one. It gets your own grill. It's a little grill, and then you just put newspapers and shit in it and burn that, and it cooks your meat. And I was like,
what the fuck?
I'm sure all those cancerous. I'm sure that's no more cancerous than
that
charcoal.
periwinkle color is lethal, man.
Oh man, this tasting the Kathy cartoons burned
tastes like
into
Marmaduke.
All right, yeah, that's what I would talk about.
So I wrote an article about South Park returning in September. They
just
put out a quick teaser.
So they're just they do 10 a year now instead of 8 and 8, right?
Yeah, and it's 10 that I guess for the last 3 years has been September to December. So
Really?
It's kind of like this big long stretch with no.
And the last 10 had a lot of continuity to it. Like it really was almost like a mini series.
Yeah, like I don't like everything on television. I don't watch shit when it airs, and I'm like, oh fuck, I'm so behind on South Park, and I was just like one sitting, and I was caught up.
And I mean, what they covered last year is still kind of pertinent now.
I did love Randy being Lord. That was pretty great.
The Lord stuff,
awesome.
the YouTuber stuff, crowdfunding.
Yeah.
Thanks for supporting our Patreon, everybody. But Moanford,
the stuff with the Redskins, that was so good.
But I asked in the article, like, what do you think they'll go for this season? And Moanford Stallone brought up a couple things. Of course, racist wrestlers, child molesting pitchmen, comedians with bad sweaters, and maybe a Kojima joke for good measure. Jared is already
Jared already was.
Had AIDS.
He had AIDS. I have AIDS, and then
now we all kind of want him to get AIDS.
One of the worst things he ever did is ruin that episode. Now I'm kidding. He did many worse things.
I think that episode still stands fine on its own. It's mocking Jared. I love Seinfeld's joke about Jared. Have you seen this guy who lost weight on the all hoagie diet? How much of a fat ass do you have to be? And so on.
But it was an attainable weight loss that he was never a thin man.
Well, he had that
he had the extra skin.
That fat man's curse. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I know a ton of people have lost all that weight. It took a long time to get that excess skin off.
Yeah.
That's why I'm worried about my fucking gut. That's why I'm eating salads and fucking multigrain cereal right now because this shit hurts.
Hey, how'd that fiber work for you?
I had a fart attack. I had a fart attack and immediately went home and just like it looked like somebody. It sounded like somebody blowing into a saxophone for the first time, but without a reed.
Wow. Well, that's the fiber doing its stuff. You won't be farting all the time if you keep up with it.
I won't.
Dave, sorry.
I just thought of something that I meant to bring up during the more freewheeling opening part, but Wes Craven just died.
Oh, yeah. Big bummer.
And I had a Craven-esque dream last night. So I fell asleep kind of early last night because I day drinked on Saturday and it kind of like screwed my schedule up. So I ended up falling asleep early on Sunday. And woke up probably about I probably fell asleep like around 8:30 or 9, and then woke up about like 10:30, 11. And the dream I had was that I was sitting in the stands at a baseball game, and I already had I had already caught a baseball earlier, and then a baseball player was going to throw me the ball, but instead of how a baseball player would normally throw a ball to the stands, which is underhand, he whipped it at me, and it hit me right in the chest, and I felt like I felt it in real life. So what I think probably happened was my couch is close enough to my bed that one of my cats could jump off the couch and land on my chest, which has happened a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's how cats kill kids.
Yeah. And it just jumped.
Smell your breath.
I'm pretty sure it just jumped on my chest because that's happened, and that was the exact feeling. And it woke me up, and then I'm like, wow, Wes Craven died. I thought I almost died in my sleep because the scarier alternative is that something actually happened, just in my body. And maybe I had a heart attack in my sleep. And
you had a heart arrhythmia or something
like that,
or
sleep apnea or something. I'm like, no, it's just.
If I'm interpreting this
sleep
dream,
apnea is fucked up.
I'm saying that it is your hobby has turned around to attack you. It has become not a fun.
I think you're projecting on
dude. I could do this all day. This is all bullshit.
Cat thing.
I already have a ball. Don't give me another ball.
Did you guys hear the Lucy K had the joke about this exact thing?
What?
That he so the end of this, obviously I've blown the end of his joke that just a cat jumped on his chest and it woke him up. But he was sleeping in bed and he felt this thing just hit his chest, and he woke up and he thought, there's somebody standing over my body and they're going to stab me to death right now, and they broke into my house and they just shoved me hey, wake up, I'm going to kill you. And then he also joked about how what's your immediate reaction in that case? I will stay perfectly still. I will not move. Instead of your reaction of I have to run the fuck out of here right now. So yeah, he was so scared, and it was because a stray cat, he doesn't own cats, a stray cat came in through his window and jumped on his chest.
To Louis, I say,
your circling failure.
Circling
rapidly decaying orbit.
don't know why I still have that on the
You love
soundboard.
it. It's inspiration to you.
Well, yeah, when you're circling failure in a rapidly decaying orbit. Patreon.
So I had a couple smars on the Iron Giant story I posted. It said they saw this movie in theaters with their roommate back in the day. I remember a lot of parents there with the really little kids thinking, this is a giant robot movie. There's no way this isn't for a 4-year-old. And he was right, because as many parents took their kids out of the theater crying when the giant stood and screamed while getting electrocuted.
Ooh.
That is kind of a terrifying thing.
I guess, but like I'm still like I don't.
Ha ha ha! Sorry, I had to laugh. But parents should learn that just because it's animated doesn't mean you can plop any kid at any age down in front of it.
Like my big issue is like I don't want to sound like I'm not like one of those anti-PC people, but like there is a wild increase in sensitivity, and like I remember going on all Disney movies. We made an article called Grizzly Disney at GR back in the day, because they all contain moments like that, because you're supposed to feel that way. You're supposed to feel terrified.
I think that's one of the things about Up, or not Up. Well, it is about Up, but I was going to say Inside Out, that parents were like, "Oh, I feel so bad, I'm making my kid sad." But the film, I think they came to like it because they realized, like, no, this is
makes you feel great about being sad.
Yeah, this teaches you about the feelings, and it's not about, oh, I have to make. Like, joy in the film is basically, it could be construed as a mom who thinks, or a parent, who just thinks, my kid has to be happy all the time. I can't let bad feelings ever touch my child.
No, like, I don't know. I don't know where that comes from. The idea, like, all those old fairy tales, they're all filled with horrible things.
Well, because you don't want to be, probably people who think, like, I don't want to be as mean as my parents were.
I understand, like, not wanting your child to feel pain. Like, I don't even have to have a kid to understand how a parent would feel that way. But, like, it is important that they do experience that. So, because when they finally do, and you can't protect them, they're total pussies. They are. They're like those college students yelling at a professor for trigger words when they're trying to learn about a genocide.
Yeah.
That's the.
No, I agree. I don't like
people
the idea
who rail
of
on political correctness, but like the people attacking professors for teaching history.
I do think if you're in a history class, or if somebody assigns to you, say, a Mark Twain book, you do take into account this was written in 1865 by a person who hated racism, who was an abolitionist.
Gather up all your context, all your empathy, everything you need to be an actual adult. Jesus Christ, people.
Let's see here. Oh, yeah, so there was also the news that the only Ghibli film that had never been or Ghibli, I always mispronounce it.
Ghibli film.
The only one of those to never be really released widely in America is finally coming next year, and it is the Omohide Poro Poro, or Only Yesterday.
I think that's the official Hawaiian fish, right?
I could go for some Omohide. No, it's a really great film. We saw it at were you there for that one?
No.
Oh man,
no.
You missed it. It was great, and I bought I now feel like a fool because I bought the $70 Blu-ray in Japan last year, because I just thought, well, this will never come to America. It hasn't yet.
Is it going to be part of the big Miyazaki collection?
No, because it's not Miyazaki. It's Isao Takahata, his co-creator.
Oh, okay.
But I think it never came to America before. Well, so some people have theories on that. Dan Marr says, I have yet to see Princess Kaguya or The Wind Rises, but I'm most eager to finally watch this film in particular. Not only is it a Ghibli film I have yet to see, but it is made at a time when Ghibli films had a different feel to them. This might be the perfect nostalgic experience to make me feel like watching that young teenage boy, feel like watching as a young teenage boy again, and seeing it in a Ghibli marathon on AMC about 15 years ago, which it's funny because Only Yesterday is the most nostalgic, and all Ghibli films are a bit nostalgic, but it is the most nostalgic.
Well, I'd say romanticized.
They're all romanticized, but Only Yesterday is about a woman, a 27-year-old woman in 1982, remembering growing up in the 60s. Like that's literally the plot of the movie.
I don't like when I go over to Japan. I do it. Yeah, my morning constitutional in Tokyo.
When I go over to Japan, I don't always go over to Japan.
It's more that like everything, like they don't add new things very often.
There's a lot of old stuff and new stuff right next to each other. They don't
just like you see, there's a ton of bikes, but they all make the same sounds as like 1960s bikes. They're not 10 speeds.
Or you'll see these ancient phones and they just didn't bother replacing.
Yeah,
stuff
they're still connected. So I don't. Japan seems like if you're a nostalgic person, just live there because it won't change that much.
Yeah, and I mean, definitely their views on women are very backwards too. So that you can get nostalgic in that way.
Let's keep going, Dave.
So last thing I collected comments for was the top 7 that I wrote last week, which is top 7 nice guys played by John Cusack.
What was
to
that in
honor
honor of?
The 30th anniversary of Better Off Dead, which was his first major role, first nice guy that he played.
Made by Savage Steve Holland of
Yeah.
Eek the Cat fame.
What?
Yeah,
The-
he directed that in the summer, One Crazy Summer,
Yeah, I
And
think
made
so.
Eat the
Yeah.
Cat?
and then he made
Sure,
Eek
it
the
never
Cat.
hurts to help.
You saw the drawings in One
I
Crazy
did,
Summer.
yes.
It looks just like Eek
All
the Cat.
right.
And Terrible Thunder.
Also in both movies was Booger.
Yep.
Like when we were first discussing this list, we're like, no, let's pick the one with Booger. And I'm like, which
Yes.
one?
Curtis
It turns out
Armstrong.
both. And
Yeah.
I totally forgot he was in both.
Yeah, the one has Bobcat and one does not.
One thing that we discussed and was brought up in the comments a lot, the comment that I grabbed was from Charlie Ferret, who said, oh, I hoped you would talk about Rob Gordon from High Fidelity, the modern day, thinks he's a nice guy, is actually at fault, almost always nice guy.
Yeah.
That's why we disqualified him. But
That
like,
is the closest to me a John Cusack character has ever been. Hey, don't laugh, it's you too.
Yeah, well, I think of myself as more the Jack Black type or the Moby lookalike dude. I think we're all no. I think in this triumvirate here, I'm Jack Black. You're John Cusack, and
Okay.
Dave is.
As long
is,
as I get to have sex in the
is a
movie,
sad
I'm
sack.
okay.
well, yeah. Well,
A lot
you
of
could have
attractive
sex
women.
with Lisa Bonet. Even.
Yes.
yeah.
Which
Fun.
even today, getting with Lisa Bonet would be quite
Be
a cause
awesome.
for celebration.
Indeed.
And Budinsky said, what about when he played Edgar Allan Poe in The Raven?
Oh my god.
Just joking. Poe was actually the worst human ever, and now I have to go on. I feel like I have to go on a Wikipedia.
I wouldn't even say the worst human
binge.
ever, but he
you
married his underage cousin. I know
Ah.
that. And then drank himself to death, which...
But that's
yeah.
we were talking when speaking of like
And marry
shitty
your
celebrities,
cousins.
Almost all of you are the worst humans ever. It's just no one's going to care to bring up my dirt.
Oh yeah. Well, I think any celebrity from 1940 probably they're all awful except for like
I
Henry
feel like
Ford. Maybe.
we recorded. We have a bunch of laser times in the can that will,
Actually,
that will
Henry
reveal
Ford
all
was
of
a
that.
huge alcoholic.
Yeah, I'll quit talking.
Yeah, we don't want to ruin every upcoming one. Watershed. So I wrote about this great video I saw, which was Batman killing people. It was clips of confirmed deaths of Batman just killing folks in his films, including like. In Burton's are the guiltiest where he
He
just
throws
pulls out
people
a
off
machine.
buildings.
A machine gun comes out and just shoots a bunch of guys.
Yeah.
And I think the worst one is in Batman Returns where huge fat guy has that bomb and he's smiling at Batman and Batman smiles back and just throws him in like a ditch and he explodes.
Yes, and I loved in the Arkham Knight trailers. They zoomed in on the Batmobile and they called the gun. It shoots bullets of concussive slam rounds. The bullets are non-lethal and called slam rounds. Batman.
So, of course, me talking about superheroes killing people is a touchy subject with some of the audience, but Red Baron says, I have no problem with bats killing people, just like I don't have any problems with Green Arrow killing people. My only exposure to Green Arrow was from the CW show, though. With Superman, I feel like he's the only person he's allowed to kill is Zod. He's done it in both movies. I don't see the issue with that. And then Watership Down Syndrome again says, I love you, Henry, but I just couldn't care less about Batman and Superman's supposed high moral high ground on this subject. Not only are they inconsistent, but they have a problem allowing other DC heroes to kill people.
Yeah.
They may not like it, but they aren't going to stop it. So unless they try to lock up all the DC heroes who don't do the no-kill policy, they're somewhat responsible in the same way that I don't have to save you mentality Batman has at the end of Batman Begins. Why is the distinction so important when other characters like Captain America and Iron Man straight up kill people and no one bats an eye? Are they lesser heroes with lesser morals?
I remember when this issue stood out for me as a problem, and that was in Arkham City. I think he was talking to Ra's al Ghul, and Batman said straight up, "No, I don't kill."
Yeah.
Like that's not an actual rule that you live by because you do kill, but it is the last alternative.
Just tried.
Well, Batman never kills.
Yes, he does. He kills. In the scheme of the last 60 years, he has a bigger body count than any serial killer ever. He doesn't do it all the time, and it is a typical rule that he lives by. But he definitely kills.
He never kills.
In the comics, he never kills.
From 1945 onward, he never kills.
I don't believe you.
It doesn't happen, man. He doesn't do it.
I believe people have met their final fate at the hands of Bruce Wayne.
He has been near it, but they have always put in, and it's not great. I'm not saying, I'm saying this is poor writing. The same as in the Batman Begins films when he drives over like 18 cop cars to show the cool destruction of a destruction derby, and then they shoot into the cop car like, oh, they're fine. Oh, man, Batman's mean. So for that same reason, in the comics, a guy will be hoisted by his own petard or do something that will cause Batman to have to let Batman will have to let them go, or Batman just watches something happen. He's like, oh no, not that! Stay away from the. It's the same deal. Like Homer Simpson didn't kill Frank Grimes by driving him crazy and not preventing him from grabbing the electricity and frying himself to death.
Just you modify that Batman doesn't kill because Batman doesn't kill instantly. He clearly
beats people horribly
because I remember even asking questions like that as a kid. Why did he just kill the guy? Because Batman doesn't kill right away.
Lone Cow also said, when I was a kid, I always thought Spider-Man and Superman were the only ones who didn't kill people on principle. Batman could have sworn only didn't kill because he could have sworn that Batman didn't kill only because Gordon would have been forced to arrest him. Otherwise, it wasn't because of any moral reason, just because as vigilante he had to operate within the law. I might be thinking of Darkwing Duck, though.
Darkwing Duck, you're such a hero.
See, again, would you say that Darkwing Duck killed Sebulba just because he fell down and his ship crashed while fighting Darkwing?
Fucking Disney me.
Well, speaking of killing Sebulba, we have to get to watching episode 2.
That's true. Oh fuck. Well, here's the thing. I don't know if we'll make another show out of this, but I loved reading the responses to last week's
Underrated Movies was great.
Underrated Movies. It was something we threw together rather hastily given the time constraints. We didn't have a lot of clips, and I hate that. I really do. But I love the responses from that. It's Awkward Loser, because I don't know if you're serious. Oh, wait, I forgot how much I loved Gone Girl, Baby Gone Home. I always thought Casey Affleck was a great third fiddle and he had some serious chops, and it's a great tale of child abduction, doing what's right versus following the law. And Flailing Kermit responds with, are you sure you don't mean Gone Baby Gone Girl with a dragon tattoo? I know it's confusing. Red Baron and Awkward Loser said they wanted to see Man from U.N.C.L.E. No, sorry. Awkward Loser said she did enjoy it. Let's see. And I want to give Bat Boy a shout out because, hey, buddy, you've been the top responder for Laser Time episodes 2 weeks in a row now. Wow. Watchmen comes to mind, and I am willing to be on board with that. Watchmen is a excellent adaptation of Watchmen. In certain respects, like my memories of the Watchmen.
Hallelujah, fucking. Everything else.
It has moments I don't care for.
Yeah.
But it's a really elegant.
It's it could potentially be Zack Snyder's favorite or best movie.
I doubt it's possible there'll ever be a better Watchmen film. Could have been made.
I just think it's excellent. I only go back and revisit the Dr. Manhattan sequence. It's my favorite part of the book, and it's done incredibly well. Almost exactly the same way in the movie, and in such a great way. It's like I don't know of a 3-hour film that just has this middle of now calm down for a second. Calm down for a second.
Yeah, it's beautiful. That stuff was beautiful.
You are in fact sane.
Same with also the Rorschach episode. It's basically like a Rorschach episode in the middle of the film, 20 minutes of the Rorschach in prison stuff, and him telling the story and his story of becoming a true nihilist. It taught a whole generation of assholes.
This place called Reddit.
It taught a whole generation of assholes on how to not believe in stuff, and I was one of those assholes. I was the same guy who would repeat to myself the lines that Rorschach said Rorschach said, saying, there's no God, it's just us hurting each other.
Simple solutions and aphorisms for complex problems.
Obviously, everything's in black and white.
It makes me feel better. Vote Republican.
I hide under this fedora.
Don't steal and the cops won't bother you.
I love Tranquil Bez's response, only for one of his responses for underrated films. I never seen he die with a falafel in his hand. Treasure Planet is perfectly rated and better off maybe not revisit. I do think I had fun with it.
I'd watch Titan AA before that if you're going to
Galaxy Quest, which just got announced as an Amazon show.
Oh, really?
Up in the Air, I have not seen, but
with Kevin Bacon, the basketball movie.
That's the Arab there, Dave.
Up in the Air is the George Clooney film.
Yeah, same thing.
But forgetting Sarah Marshall is the one that that movie is excellent. It is excellent. And I'm not the guy who gets up on the feminist soapbox very often, but it's seeing Jason Segel's character feels brokenhearted by his breakup, and that is the same way I've been broken up with. And there's that scene in the movie where you don't even care about us. He's like, do you know how many times I tried to salvage this relationship? All you wanted to do was stay home, masturbate in sweatpants, and watch television. I tried to get us to go to dancing classes, and I didn't want to live that kind of life. And I told you in every way I could that I was not happy, and you don't even remember that you refused to do this. And I'm always that guy in the relationship who becomes super boring, and I don't care about the other person's interest. That always happens to me. So now I'm taking a super concerted effort to do it. I look up shit for my lady to do, like, oh, she might like this. There's a new ramen place over here. That's where we're going to go.
Galaxy Quest is my favorite on that list. I love Galaxy Quest quite a bit.
I don't. I think I told that dumb story that, like, I lived in a dorm in St. Augustine at Flagler College for one semester before I was kicked out. They had, in the entire town, had 2 movie theaters, one of which had 2 screens and never changed the movies out. So for that semester, I saw Galaxy Quest 6 times in the theater because I had no other option. And it was also, they serve beer without carding, so I'd usually get hammered there pretty quickly. So I don't even remember the end of Galaxy Quest. I was 18
Tony
or
Shalhoub
19.
had sex with an alien.
And I've grown to like never want to watch it again.
By Grabthar's hammer.
I will avenge you.
So good.
Great movie.
Matthew Chase's Batman Forever. It always gets lumped in with Batman and Robin, which is still a fun watch, but it isn't completely unwatchable garbage people pass it off as. Forever is genuinely fun and cool looking 90s action movie. I think you might have a point there.
It's better than Batman and Robin by like tenfold, I'd say. Also, the Val Kilmer's trying. It's super gay, but not as choked in like selling you toys.
I think Brandolph.
I also like watching it to see how much Tommy Lee Jones hates Jim Carrey, and you can just see the hate in his eyes.
Brandolph, I want to give you a shout out just because thank you for the Steam gift, and thank you. I want to thank Nick for I think if I said that on the show, I'm afraid to showcase it. Because every time I showcase like a collection of things, everybody's like, where's Patreon money's going? Did I say it? That someone sent me that?
I don't think you said it. You may have said it on
every
streams,
amiibo.
Every
amiibo, like 45 amiibos
up to now
in box. It's kind of the nicest thing anybody's ever given to me.
I'd say so.
I wanted to thank him for that. I wanted to post a picture of it, but I really didn't want to deal with that's where the Patreon money was, because it was not.
I bought some new shoes, but it was not with the Patreon money. It was with
all the things I fantasize over right now are like, oh man, I would love a new desk chair. Oh man, I can't justify the $60.
Boy, I found a pretty good.
I bought a new dish pan, or not a dish rack yesterday. And I'm like, yes, so great.
That's the kind of shit. Like I'm like cleaning this place up.
The old one's getting so dirty.
I bought all those frames and hung pictures up. Like
I found a new computer desk just on the street. I just took
that's
it
usually
home.
how I get.
That's
shit.
how mine. That's
how
mine.
That's the nice thing about living in a big city. People free, like they just say, "No, I don't need this thing."
But
you got to move fast because the homeless people, like that's why anybody who leaves furniture on the street, I wouldn't even take it because like a homeless person has peed on this at this point.
But Brandolph said "Children of Men," and
damn, I don't even think that's underrated.
Nobody ever talks. Nobody talks about it. Like
it is.
I don't even. When it came out, I watched it like repeatedly. Like this is so good.
That is my favorite HD DVD I own.
It's the best sci-fi film of the millennium. I love that film, and I love it from the beginning all the way up until the credit song of "The Cunts Are Still Ruling the World." I love that song.
And I got to read this because I got to represent Diana. She wasn't on the episode. She's on this week's episode, and she has threatened to come over for the Star Wars commentary.
We shall see or
you'll
have
know whether
seen.
or not that happened by the time this airs. Diana gets pedantic time, writes Miss Wiki Parez. Henry is right about The English Patient. Just because it's Oscar bait doesn't mean it's bad.
Yeah.
Number 2, Millions is okay, but when Chris said Danny Boyle, Money, and Buried, I thought Shallow Grave, which is fucking awesome. It is. Miller's Crossing isn't a remake of Yojimbo, but it's more like if you cross Yojimbo with a third man, also underrated.
So we're both kind of right there.
Also, it's easily one of my 10 favorite films of all time, and everyone should go watch it 3 times in a row right now, and I do believe it's on Netflix and Amazon Prime.
Yep.
Out of Sight is totally underrated, indeed. Yeah. And 5, I agree with the most of the IMDb top 20 poll. Dead Again, American Movie, and Big Night are so much fun. You are right. American Movie is
the only one of those I've seen.
No, Big Night I've seen with my. It's all about an Italian restaurant, so of course I've seen it with my family. The guys, you guys covered my thoughts on Equilibrium and Falling Down, which is, you know, we were all kids once, right?
Yeah.
And number 6, here's the most pedantic thing I've ever said. The adjective form of Apatow, as in something like an Apatow movie, would be Apatowian, not Apatowian.
Damn. I will.
Shut up, Diane.
I will adapt to that. I'm gonna say Apatovian.
Apatovian. Whatever, but we have to.
So
we got to go and set up this stream, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for supporting us. We should have a new episode of Talking Sense.
Oh, and hey, check your messages.
Check your messages.
You may have got a message if you're one of our most dedicated fans.
It is hangout time again, and there's a loose offer. I can never guarantee it, but if you're blowing through San Francisco and you'd like to pop on the show or use your hangout time to do something in person, I believe we're going out to have some.
We may be having some pizza later with somebody.
With one of our patrons.
Yeah, just
you as
if you're in the
stockholders,
area,
it is your right.
Let us know you're in the area. It's always nice to meet a fan.
Yeah, but just don't expect us to go more than like 2 blocks away from.
That's
where
true,
we are.
And also
because we have to be back for something almost invariably.
And because I feel fully comfortable with this now, Wet Hot American Summer has been out for a while now on Netflix.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, you don't care enough. So I'm going to close out with the all-new rendition of Higher and Higher, sung by, I want to assume it's Chris Pine. That would make you really happy if that was his real voice. That is it for us, guys. Goodbye.
Higher, higher.